Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Sorry, it's been a couple of days. I haven't posted any videos, but we are continuing our series of cooperative board games that we own and we enjoy as a family together. So today we are looking at Wildcraft and Herbal Adventure game. And this game is by Learning Herbs and it's for ages 4 plus. It's 1 to 4 players, so this game can be played solo and it takes about 45 to 60 minutes. This game is kind of lengthy in time for 4 years old and 4 years old because around like 15 20 most of the kids at 15 or 20 minutes, but maybe if the kid is more patient, maybe 25 to 30 minutes is something their concentration and focus lasts on this game. So let's go ahead and look what's inside the game, and then I'll also talk about a few things which you can do to help this game be lively and fun for the kids, for younger kids especially. The older ones, they can play in one sitting. So let's go ahead and see what's inside the box and what are the contents of the box, and then we'll see how to set up the game, what is the objective of the game, and how to play this game. So when we open up the box, the first thing we have here is the board game. I will show you the whole board game when I set up this game. There is this rule book or instruction sheet or rule book right here, and it tells you welcome to Wildcraft, and there's this story here, and then if you go online to wildcraftstory.com, you can continue the story, continue in a free story online. So that's kind of a fun thing. The kids will enjoy listening to the story and why exactly we are playing this game. So this is the instruction sheet or the rule sheet. All right, next up we have, these are the helper cards. They are, say all of them are the same. It just says, bring forward the player who is farthest behind to be with you and discard this card, or save this card and use it anytime to allow you to use one of your plant cards to help another player when they get in trouble. So all of the cards are the same. Okay, so these are the helper cards. Then we have these so these are the trouble cards, and let me open them up. Pull this elastic out, and the trouble cards are the brown cards with X mark, and these are the troubles. So somebody will get stung by a nestle or sunburn, itchy eyes, and there are a whole bunch of things that can happen to you which can get you in trouble on this adventure of yours. So those are the trouble cards. Then these green ones right here are the plant cards, and these plant cards act as the medicine for all your trouble cards. So there's like elder and yellow dock and chickweed. There are a lot of herb cards. So these plants card you will harvest on the journey, which will help you cure your any of the troubles that you have gotten into on your way for this journey. And then it shows you the common name and the scientific name for the card, and it also has a symbol right here which will show if it matches on the trouble card. So like this card here is not going to be a match for sunburn, so you cannot cure sunburn with it. But I don't think mint is also not on there. I need to find something. I think, yeah, so this one. So St. John's wort is something that will help cure sunburn because they have the symbol right here. It matches this symbol. So that's what you're going to look at in the plants card. Then we have this spinner, which will help us move on the board. And then these are these are the player tokens, and the disc you're seeing, the blue or the black discs are the black discs are for the sun, and the blue discs are the blueberries that we are going to collect from the top of the mountain for our grandmother. So let's go ahead and see what is the objective of the game, and then I'll open this up to show you up close what they look like and then how to set up the game. Alright guys, so here is the game board, and it is pretty colorful and beautiful game board, and this is a cooperative game like I mentioned earlier, and each player will start at grandma's house right here, and you will keep the sun tokens right here, and these are huckleberries. So I'm setting up this game for two players, and each player needs to get two huckleberries each. So I've placed four huckleberries, and the rest of the huckleberries I have put it out of the game. They are not going to be used for this game. Next, I have shuffled the helper card, the trouble card, and the plant card and put them on the side here. I might need some more space so when discarding, but I've just, for the sake of the video, I've put them all close by, and then I might just discard them on the back there. Next, what I haven't done is I have to deal four plant cards to each player. So I'm going to just deal that and then come back and show you the next. So I have dealt four cards to one player here and four cards for me right here. And what next I'm going to do is keep this spinner handy and accessible to all the players. Then the one thing that is optional is the story that comes along with this game. It's not necessary, but younger kids would enjoy the story, and a little bit once they get older they might just want to play the game and have fun with it. So the object of the game is to reach all the way to the mountain top and bring two huckleberries per player back to grandma's house before the sun sets at the end of the day or the nightfall comes. So how does the nightfall come? It depends on how fast the nightfall comes, depends on the sun tokens that you place on the board. So now let's go ahead and see how to play this. Before we start the game, let's talk about some of these symbols on the board. So anytime you land on the yellow symbol with a plant sign, that means you will be able to draw a plant card from the plant deck. When you land on this brown space with the X mark on it, that is the trouble space, and you will have to draw a trouble card from the trouble deck. And then once you pull up the card, you have to see if you have the matching remedy for that trouble that you are in. If you do have it, you'll take the trouble card and the matching remedy card and discard both of them in their individual respective piles, and then move on to the next rest space. And the rest space is this purple space here, and so if you're here, you'll move to here. Okay, and then we have this rainbow space, and this will help you draw a helper card. So if you have a helper card and the other player pulled up a trouble card for whom they don't have the recipe, you can discard the helper card and help them with one of your plant cards that is matching the remedy they require for their trouble. And if you discard your plant card and they discard their trouble card, they still get to move on to the rest space. Then the last symbol we have here is the moon. When you land on the moon space, you take one of the sun tokens and place it up there on the first space, and then you keep on moving up as you land on other moon spaces. You want to avoid landing on the moon space, but it will basically be that the nightfall is coming and the time is moving ahead. Now the other things we have is the flow down here. So when you say you're going up the hill, up the mountain, and you reach here, you will slip down back here. So now your progress has stopped. But say you are coming back down because you have to go all the way to the mountain and get the huckleberry and then go all the way back down to grandma's house before nightfall to win this game. So if you're going down and you land on the slip or the whoops, it's good because you come down quicker. But if you're going up and you land on one of the two, you go down. On either the deer track or the fallen tree, it depends on which way you're going. It will say you land here and you're going uphill, you still have to go back down. And if you are going down, it's an advantage. If you're going up, it's a disadvantage. Same way, if you land here, if you're going up, it's a disadvantage because you go back down here. And if you land here and you're going up, it's an advantage because you will go here. So that works both way. But the river, it falls down, it's flowing down, so it will always bring you down. Okay, so those are all of the symbols on the board that we are going to work with. So let's go ahead and see how to play the game. I'll play a couple of rounds and then I'll finish the game, and then we'll move on to the final. Alright, so we are here at the start, and I'm going to spin my spinner first, and let's see. and it's a 1. So I get to move here and I get to get a helper card because on the spinner it's showing the rainbow sign. That means you can grab one of the helper cards. And I get to grab a plant card because I landed on the plant tile. So I will pick a plant card and it's a huckleberry. Okay, so I lost my voice. I don't know what happened. Okay, so now it's the next player's turn and they will spin again. And they landed on 4, so they will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they also will get a plant card, and they will put it right next to their pile. And it is not necessary to keep these plant cards hidden from other players, since it is a cooperative game and we are all going to be helping each other out with the plants we have. So if it's open and there are young players, you can help them and see if you are getting a trouble card and the kid has a remedy, you can ask them to help you and vice versa. So then we'll just keep rolling. And I got a 4, so I went to the rest space. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the rest space is just a place where you rest. When you land on the rest space is where you rest, and when you land on the rest space, you can go ahead and read the story if you are reading the story along. And on the rest space they have the number, so which part you have to read. When you reach that number space, it's going to tell you that, okay, read this part. So you're going to read the story if you are reading the story, but that's an optional step. Okay, and then you'll continue rolling, and then the next player got 1, so they reached the rest space and they got a helper card too. Okay, so you're going to keep doing this till you reach the top of the mountain. Say I am the first player to reach the top of the mountain. I get to collect one of the huckleberry on that turn, and it is not necessary to have exact number of steps to spin the exact number to reach the huckleberry. If you need 3 steps and you spin a 4, you still reach the huckleberry patch right there. So once I reach there, I'll collect one of the huckleberries, and then on my next turn, without spinning, I will go ahead and take another of the huckleberry. If the next player is still climbing up the mountain, I'm going to keep staying there. I can keep staying there and keep collecting huckleberry till I have collected enough huckleberries. So since this game is for 2 players, I need to collect 4 huckleberries. So I can use my another 2 of my turns to collect all 4 of the huckleberry pails, and then I can start moving down. Next, another thing that is that, say the blue player is still moving up and I have reached the top and I've collected all 4 and I'm heading down, the blue player will still start going up the mountain unless they cross paths with me. So say I am on number 7 rest space and they pass me while going up and reach here. Now they have passed me and I'm going down, and so they will stop going up and start going down following me. And then they will also head down all the way down to grandma's house. When you're going up, you will also find trouble cards and the moon styles, and you'll do the same while going down too. So that is the game. I will go ahead and play this game. I hope my son wants to play with me. If he does, I'll take a short clip with him. If he does not, I will just play this game and tell you how I did with the game, and then it will be the final thoughts. So here I wanted to show you something. I landed on the trouble card and I got rash while climbing up, and now I have to figure out if I have any of these remedies in my pile, and I do have the chickweed, which is right here, and it matches. So I'm going to right away take these and discard them both in their individual piles. Say I got rash and I don't have a remedy card, and my son decided that he's going to play. Hi, Emmanuel. And he doesn't have a remedy card. You're going to hold on to the remedy card. Hold on to the trouble card till you have the remedy card, and that's when you discard it. Okay. And if Emmanuel has a remedy, he can use his helper card and then give me the card to use the remedy for my rash, and then the helper card will get discarded, the plant card will get discarded, and the trouble card will get discarded. Okay. So now that I have used up the remedy, I'm going to move from here all the way to the next rest space where we can talk and read the story, or if we are just playing, we'll just continue playing. So now it's Emmanuel's turn and he's going to spin the spinner.
Oh.
And he got a 4.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So he gets to draw a plant card. So I'm just going to give him this plant card right here. And then me and Emmanuel are going to finish up this game, and then we'll come back and show you if we won the game or not. Alright guys, so me and my son both reached grandma's house before it was nightfall, and we only used up 5 sun tokens, which was a miracle because when we played this game for the first time, we were just climbing up, and we had finished, the nightfall had already come. So we have become an expert in this game, that's what I can say. But this game is total fun, and it's a lot of cooperation. So my son reached here first, and now he just has to sit here and gift me all his spins. So whatever he spin, I can move that much further down. Also, he can help me with his plant cards in my trouble, also uses helper cards to help me. So there was a lot of things that you can do, and there's a lot of help that you can get. So this game is fun, and we took about 30 minutes to play this game, but if you are new and if you're reading the story, it might take longer. So anyways, let's head on to the final thoughts and see what I think about this. Alright guys, so moving on to my final thoughts, which I have been talking about since every cut I made, which I have to try and not do in my next video, and leave me a comment if that was annoying, because I felt it was annoying and I couldn't edit it out. Anyway, so this game is fun, it's cooperative. There are a lot of difficult words, but the kids don't really have to read. They can just go by these symbols here. If your kids know how to read, it's a great one. But if they are young and they are not yet into reading, they can only go by the pictures. So reading is minimal, don't require much reading, or not at all, no reading at all. And since it is cooperative, all the cards are face up on the table. You can always look and help the kids if they have the right remedy they need, or if they have the right remedy for helping other players. So this is fun. The story reading part will make this game go longer. We did it for the first time, and then now we just keep skipping the story part. We just keep playing and playing, so we don't read stories that much, or not this story, because we have already read it one time. And I know this game is a little bit higher priced, but I feel it is a fun game. It is a great introductory game for young kids. And cooperative means that you are helping them out. They're understanding that a lot of injuries, a lot of illness can happen, and that will come in their way, in their path of life, not just because we are climbing up the mountain, but just in general life. And they know that these things can happen. So that's one of the things they can learn. They can learn to take turns. They can learn to help. They can also learn that picking up just my pail is not enough, but I have to pick up other players' pails too, since I've already reached the top by myself first. Also giving their cards to help out, giving their turns once they have reached grandma's house. There's a lot of things, lot of cooperation, and lot of teamwork that they learn from this game, which is very interesting. Plus, the whole board is so attractive and so colorful and so much fun looking. And the sun token, the moon token, which brings the nightfall, is also kind of keeping you on the edge of the seats. That, oh, are we going to step on one more moon tile? Are we going to step on one more moon tile? While playing, I landed on this steep tree branch down here twice while I was going down. So I went from down there to up here, which was kind of frustrating, because now I have to start all over from up here and go down all the way again. So it kind of is a fun game. It takes longer if you fall into all these hurdles, and if you reach a lot of trouble cards for which you already have remedies, you move on faster, because you jump from this trouble space to the one right here, rest space, when you're going down. Or if you're here, you move on to this rest space, but if you're here, you move on to that rest space, which kind of makes the game move faster or slower depending on whether you have the remedy cards or not. So I think this game is fun, this game is quick, and this game teaches a lot of cooperation, lot of teamwork, and a lot of I know the kids won't understand at 4 plus the remedies and stuff like that, but they will understand the hurdles they can run into and a lot of things. So I think this game is overall a very fun, educative, and a great homeschooling game too, or just an and if you don't want to put an education perspective, it's just a fun board game to play. The only downside, and that is just me, I know not all people think like that, but I am not a big fan of a spinner. I would rather prefer a dice, but the spinners work for young kids better than the dice, so I'm okay with it. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment below what you think about this game, if you have played it or if you would like to purchase it. I would love to hear from you if you have played it and what are your thoughts on this game. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. I would greatly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button with the bell button to stay in the loop of all the new videos I post. Bye. Have a blessed day.